Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 1 of Galaxy in Revolt, our Star Wars Western Games First Edition stream. Yeah, there's a lot of words you have to say for specifically what company and edition it is for Star Wars.
There are a lot of Star Wars games out there.
There are a lot of Star Wars games. After the opening crawl, the camera pans down on a crimson-red Star Destroyer, for lack of a better term. It is an older model than the ones from the original trilogy, so it is slightly different looking, but same idea. Big triangle, big bridge, painted crimson red.
It's an older model, but it checks out.
And that flies across the screen. Cutting to the inside is a dingy interior, one that we would associate more traditionally with the original trilogy than the prequel trilogy. It doesn't have any of that kind of core world shine. There's no chrome. It's dirty. It's used. We scan across the floor of the ship with dozens of different alien species all congregating and talking about. The camera cuts to two of our characters. Marty and Liz, would you like to introduce your characters?
Certainly, yes. I didn't write down my own name. I am Jedi Master Kaya Kadath, or Dath, probably. And yes, I am old. I am, well, by most humanoid reckonings. I'm 60s-ish, apparent age 60s. All gray hair, tightly braided in various parts, but some of it's coming loose. And I'm probably traditionally robed up. It's everyone else's business to know I'm a Jedi and get out of my way. And yes, I am surveilling the floor. This is not the dirtiest place I've been, but yeah, coming from the core worlds, I just have to readjust is all. And especially on something so crowded, I am keeping my senses very close because otherwise the din of it would be useless. So just trying to keep my awareness around to any... Someone would have to be next to me with a knife before I'd notice them. But yes, and I'm standing tall and aloof, trying to just emit gravitas.
Next to her would be a very small, like barely above 3 feet tall, wild red hair that comes out in tufts, and is my character, who is Ros Lek, who is a Guppin, which can only be described as Star Wars leprechauns. They're from the old Ewok show, so I'll let you Google that.
Sorry in advance.
Yeah, it's a painful watch. But the character design is very cute.
Yes, but yeah, Roz is also very cute. She has big old goggles on her head, and she is the complete opposite of her master in that she is, trying to catch everybody's eye. She's trying to say hi, how's it going? Just like running around, looking around, just super excited to be here.
How old?
Barely out of her teens, but she's so small, you can't really tell.
So she comes across as younger?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Now, are we cattle card in here? Are we waiting for our room? We're mid-transit?
So you are mid-transit. You have been given a room, so now you're kind of on the Lido deck, as it were. This is
yes.
This is where all the people are gathering. You can see that the ship is you know, as you've been given a briefing on this ship. This ship is run by a man named Booster Tarek. It's unclear how he acquired a Star Destroyer. He is not a Republic official. He is by all accounts, a smuggler.
Yes.
Crap. I was going somewhere with that.
Well, civilians aren't typically in possession of capital ships, no matter how old and retired. So, yes. And it's one part transport yacht and one part city.
Yes. Oh, that's what I was saying. Sorry. So it's run by this smuggler, and parts of the ship are like gray markets. Never quite anything totally illegal, but it's a lot of shady sources reselling, usually like not illegal goods. It's you have a crate of E11 blasters. I probably bought them from the manufacturer, you assume. You know, Starship parts and stuff like that probably fell off a cruiser somewhere. But nothing like death sticks or anything illegal. No spice. No illegal versions of spice, because spice is a very useful thing, which I didn't realize until somewhat recently. I always thought it was just a drug. Spice is used for a lot of stuff in Star Wars, apparently.
Yes.
Get your spice.
The spice.
Spice is nice.
Wow.
There's a hollow vid playing in the background.
Yeah, a lot of pro-spice advertisements.
Want you to have a spicy time.
Just keeping my eyes and senses around my young charge, that she doesn't get pickpocketed or stolen.
Could probably fit in someone's pocket.
Yes.
Yeah,
sure.
Certainly that purse that Chewbacca has.
But yes, just make my way around the floor. I'm not here to pursue illegal activities, so that doesn't bother me right now. This is not my first scum or hive of scum and villainy. So,
Liz, a question for Marty said Kaya is Kaya?
Mm-hmm.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Is wearing straight up just typical Jedi robes. How is Ross dressed? Or Ross?
Ross is dressed as, it's sort of Jedi robes, but it's like cut in a way that it's very form-fitting. So you have the basic tunic, but it's like she's not like wearing any, because she always works on like mechanics and things, and she doesn't want to get anything like ripped. So she's like basically pared everything back. So she it looks like a little bit of like Rey's outfit, like the first one from the first movie, but it's much more covered up and not like sandy.
Okay.
Right.
Perfect. And then another question for the both of you: lightsaber on belt or hidden under robes?
Under robe.
Can my character have like a little holster, like those little gun holsters?
Sure. Yeah.
It's just hooked onto her by a carabiner.
Yeah.
I was thinking.
But yeah, no, and your lightsaber doesn't quite look like a typical lightsaber.
No.
So, yeah, you can just have it on a holster. And you're perfect.
I think we established it looks like a power drill, like the handle of a power drill.
Yep. Perfect. Okay, so it's this big chunky looking blaster. No, I doubt anyone would be like lightsaber, unless they know you very well. Okay, perfect. So the two of you have been given a public mission from the Republic, which is to go to the colony of Kiros, and a private mission from the Republic, which is to figure out what a known separatist, is doing on board this ship and on their way to Kyros. The separatist with the very good name of Dome Tritor, which I did not make up, I will assure you, was at some point part of Star Wars canon.
Okay. The B is silent there. It's Doom Tritor. Okay.
Okay, dumb traitor.
Pretty. I imagine that is where it came from.
Almost certainly.
But yes, and are we fresh out of port? Is this the beginning, or how?
So, you are fresh out of port, but it was one of those things where you had to you had to go to 3 other planets before you got on this ship, and then now you're headed to Kyros. But you are fresh out of port.
Okay. And I don't want to play my hand too early, but especially if we're in kind of a big, it's fresh for everyone. It's safe for everyone to come out of their cabins and congregate or what have you. Just start clocking faces, logging details, who looks the shadiest, who looks out of place, who looks like they're, who looks like they're dirtying themselves up, and who looks like they're trying to clean themselves up. Just random, if we're on the murder on the Orient Express here, just try and take inventory.
Okay, perfect. Liz, is there anything you would be doing differently? What would you be doing next to your master as she is doing this?
Oh, I would be talking to people.
Okay.
Everything that Kea is doing, Ross is doing the opposite.
Yeah, a couple people kind of a couple people pass you by, not even noticing, but at some point a younger human comes over. They're wearing a big blue jacket. It's got gold stripes up one arm and some very loose fitting shirt underneath. It's kind of got a floral paisley looking design, but other than that, plain looking pants. But yeah, they stop and they start talking to you a little bit and asking where you're headed, if you're stopping at Kyros or going on from there.
Oh, we are going to Kyros.
Oh, awesome! Yeah, it's I heard it's interesting. A lot of philosophers and artists kind of thing. I'm trying to find myself, backpacking across the galaxy kind of thing.
That is a wonderful plan.
Thanks. Thank you. You gotta talk to my parents. Okay, hold on. I gotta write down.
I'm writing them down if you need them.
Thank you. I know that. This is Landon Calzone.
Landon Calzone?
Yeah, Daniel named
Blame Dan.
Daniel
okay.
named him.
Perfect.
And then we got Mac and Guffin coming up. Okay.
Mac and Guffin.
Hope we get bad names. Okay.
Landon Calzone.
Landon Calzone.
Interesting.
He introduces himself as Landon.
With a cape?
No cape. Big coat. Big coat though. It's not an un-Lando coat. If Lando were to wear a coat, it would be this one. It's a very specific reference to Matthew McConaughey trying to play Lando in an SNL sketch.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah, let's watch it.
Okay.
Yeah. That is what he wears for some reason. Anyway, but yeah, so he is engaging, very friendly, talking to you, asks where you're from.
Oh, I'm from Coruscant.
Oh yeah, cool. I've never been that far into the core. What's it like?
Oh, it's very great. Like, you get the big old city, all the smoke and congestion, and there are lots of people to talk to, which is always a good thing.
Sorry. He says, "Man, yeah. Maybe I'll head to Coruscant next. That sounds awesome. Are you from like? I know Coruscant has like a bunch of levels. Are you from the surface?
I'm trying to remember.
Yes.
The Jedi Temple's on the surface.
The Jedi Temple's on the surface. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yes. I live in the Jedi Temple.
Oh, a Jedi. Oh, okay. Yeah. Cool. Why are Jedi going to Kiros?
To see all the artists.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Does it though?
Jedi go where they please. Go about your business.
I'll go about my business. I have to make a check. This guy's an idiot.
No, there's nothing that I could. If I were to rein her in, it would simply be to yank on her reins, and I see no reason at this point. I am looking around to make sure no one here is just kind of like, do you know what guppin ears get on the black market, like, or anything like that? But otherwise, I'm content to let her run around, and she might gather valuable intel this way, and I get to look aloof doing it. So,
okay, yeah,
I'm okay.
Okay, yeah, perfect.
Mm-hmm.
People are looking at her occasionally oddly, but that's because guppin are like super rare. Like,
yeah,
it's like Yoda level of like, what is that thing? Like, they're from a planet that nobody knows there are things on yet. Like,
right.
Are they also small?
They're like Ewok sized. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And they are changelings, but they don't actually change shape, right? Do they retain their generalized hominid? Do you need to have the same number of limbs and such?
I'm not sure. I'd have to watch the episode again.
Yeah,
right.
I believe the answer is the way they shapeshift. I only watched the first 10 minutes because it was so hard. But the answer is like other people have to picture what they can transform into, and they have to concentrate on it, and then the guppin has to concentrate on it, so they can change shape wildly. But
Okay.
it's hard.
But it's like telepathy induced, sort of symbiotic telepathy link induced. sort
Yeah,
of?
that's the impression I got, at least.
Cool.
All right, so we're not going to just Zam Westle around.
No.
It's a
maybe
fairly useless skill.
Gosh,
I just thought it was funny.
it is.
Yeah, no. I dig it.
Okay. The two of you continue kind of milling and chatting.
Yep.
Cut over to on the far side of it's obviously the same room, but there's still a side pan wipe thing.
Mm-hmm. Star wipe.
Camera doesn't
Side
move.
wipe.
It's our star wipe.
Circle wipe.
It's a wipe, but it's like clearly the camera just shifted like 4 inches. You could have panned, George.
You see, like, the same extra in both.
Yes.
Just from a different angle, slightly.
That definitely happens in the Phantom Menace at some point. Cut to Soup. Would you like to describe your character?
Yes, I am Azuli of Dathomir. I am a quite tall, quite palish, with many blue tattoos covering my skin. Long, pale, white blonde hair, with many braids in it, kind of tied in a low tie, kind of like Tifa from Final Fantasy VII, I've been told. kind of
I
a tie.
like that you say that in character. Like everyone in the Star Wars universe knows Final Fantasy VII.
Telling me that.
Sorry, go on.
And yes, I am a very warrior-looking woman. A lot of weapon on my back. Probably scowling at some people.
Okay. What would she be doing? Getting something to eat? Just standing there drinking, browsing a market, scowling, permanently scowling.
Resting scowl face.
I believe she would be having a drink and keeping an eye on the surrounding area.
Okay.
She doesn't have much trust for a lot of people.
I can't imagine why. Not in this galaxy. Okay, yeah, perfect. So you're drinking some clear liquid. It smells terrible. It tastes pretty good though. Swirling it in your cup as a bunch of people, just kind of a bunch of extras walk past and forth, back and forth. You've
Back
been
and force.
back and forth.
There you go.
A lot of the extras are just friends of the DM.
Yeah. And all their names are just their last name and then their first name backwards.
Yep.
Is that what they did?
Yes. Yes.
God.
George.
George.
I love George.
Damn
Lucas.
it, George.
He got bad at naming things.
Hey, look,
so there's
it's time relay.
Sale Divod.
Yeah. Yes.
All you have to do is say Count Dooku and you won your argument.
Yeah.
But go on.
Yeah. There's two sales. That's just how
Yeah.
it works.
Sale Divod and Eram.
But they're totally unrelated and totally different alien species.
Yep.
Just like the Colemans, of the Jedi Colemans. As you're kind of milling about, some big Trandoshan comes up to you and kind of looks like they're looking for a fight, maybe like, and you're in my seat. Sorry, seat.
I do not see your name on it.
You must not be looking hard enough.
I believe you are picking a fight you do not want to.
Manners are their own reward. Stranger.
You are the one coming to me accusing me of doing something I did not do. Are you the one who are having the rude manners?
I know when someone else has claimed their spot.
Well, if you would kindly show me the deed you have to the seat, I would be happy to move. But until then, I shall be keeping it.
Just this guttural noise emanating from somewhere in its chest. Or gut, rather.
I have stared down the face of a rancor. You do not want to mess with me, I think.
Kind of squints his lizardy eyes and walks away.
Yeah, you gotta respect that.
Is that in character, Marty?
I do like that both Soup and I are on either end of this hallway, both of us sitting in one spot and forcing the rest of the room to deal with us. That's big energy.
Big lightsaber energy.
Yeah.
Okay. Timothy, would
Yeah.
you like to describe your character?
Yes. I am a Togruta male. I have sort of non-typical coloring. Most Togruta have this sort of beige with the reddish grass land sort of camouflage evolution coloring. But they're also forests and stuff, and I'm more blue-green. And I have 3 montrals, the head horn, echolocation sort of head horns, 2 front, 1 in the back, 3 leku, 2 in front, 1 in the back. I'm wearing sort of your, not really robes, more like a fitted sort of tunic, dark color. I have a cool tooth sort of thing on my forehead, and I've got some attached to a necklace around my neck. And I sort of sitting by myself with my eyes closed, listening to everyone interact, and sort of checking in with like feeling like the wash of the crowd, like being a fly in a wall, feeling everybody around me, and sort of enjoying that sensation of, like, I don't know, just the feel of people, and sort of enjoying that and looking forward to going to Kuros.
Okay, perfect. I have one question for you.
Uh-huh.
You are a former Jedi Knight. You have left the Order. You still have a lightsaber. Is that visible on your person?
I sort of keep it out of sight. It's accessible. I can get to it instantly, but I sort of keep it. I don't like to be ostentatious. It's also not typical. Like it's made out of natural things. Not that metal isn't natural, but it's like wood and bone shaft, and it's sort of smaller and compact. Extends a little bit.
Okay. And it's a saber staff, right?
Yeah, it can go 2 sides.
Okay, perfect.
My color of my garment is like a dark sort of black purple. I have like a half cloak bag. I'm traveling, so I've got like light stuff with.
Okay. Perfect.
How close am I to the rest of the group? Like, did I hear any of that stuff with Azuli, or?
We're going to make the first roll of the game. Give me a force sense check, please.
Okay. And what am I looking at for that?
So on your sheet, you should have 3 force abilities.
I do.
Control, sense, and alter.
Sense. Sorry. Yeah.
So,
I have it.
Mm-hmm. And add 1 extra die to your number because of reasons.
Okay. Great. So, got it. Thank you. 2, 4. So add 1 more.
So 1 more die. Yes.
Okay. And I just give you a total?
Yes. Yep.
Great. Okay. 18.
18. Perfect. Okay, so with that, you actually get a couple things. One, you sense a presence you have not felt in a long time.
I think any viewers have to drink whenever organic references come up, which I think drink or whatever. Yeah. Go on.
So yes, you sense the presence that you have not felt in a long time, which if it were true to the movie, you would start a sentence halfway through and just leave, which is what Vader does to Target. I sense the presence, leave. Okay, we were talking.
That I have not felt since.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why Tarkin is like, I'm not leaving in our moment of victory, whatever.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
He didn't have the whole picture.
Clearly.
But yes, no, you sense the presence of your master, and she is nearby. Like, with an 18, you could certainly find her. And then the other thing you felt is you feel something odd in the Force. You recognize it as someone who uses the Force, but it is manifesting in a way you have never experienced before. And that is coming from a direction where you just heard an argument between a tall, very pale woman and a Trandoshan bully who you've actually seen around before, and they think they're big shit.
And you said the reptilian Trandoshan?
Yes, yeah. It's Bosk from Empire Strikes Back, if you remember. Yeah, they're the big lizard people.
Yep. Gorn related.
Yes,
Gorn,
very
Gorn
much like
equivalent.
Gorn. Yes.
Yeah.
Probably reusing
cool.
the costume.
So, I imagine, I'm listening to everybody, but then this argument probably piques my activating. So I notice this argument. I notice Azuli handle themselves very well. I'm sort of impressed because that guy is not cool. But then I notice a presence. So I'm going to track Azuli just to sort of eyeball them if I can. And then I'm going to sort of turn and move towards Kayakadath.
Okay. Excellent. Marty, can I get a Force Sense check from you, please?
Yes.
And then we will talk about Jay's
Sense.
character. Sense, please.
I'm in a box somewhere.
You are.
You're in storage.
Yes, I feel like maybe we should apologize to Jay for the first episode, but they did it to themselves. So for the first episode, they did this themselves. All right. Oh boy, it's 18 on the first three.
Oh my god.
22, 24, 26, and 29.
Oh yeah. You feel me feel you, I'm sure.
Okay,
nice
yes,
job.
like as soon as you sense that you even know that he is meditating. Like it's that kind of like
Right.
my old apprentice across the ship. You also feel the oddity in the Force of someone who clearly draws on the Force, but it's just it's not dark side or anything. It's just pinging you in a weird way. Like, well, what's that?
Right.
And then the other thing with that crazy high score, kind of as you're reaching out and sensing and just shuffling out all of the noise around you, you can kind of ping a couple important individuals. One, you can sense that the guy who runs the ship, Booster, is over there somewhere. Like, you can kind of, he's like highlighted green, like important NPC kind of thing. And then the other thing is you get a sense of where Dom Tritor is.
Ooh, okay.
And he is moving around one deck under you, which is one of the kind of the private luxury rooms.
Okay. And yeah, presumably, like, again, with this many people, you don't just sort of walk in, so it kind of started, and I just kind of radiated out and reached, and then, yeah, definitely touch Vytoth in there. And yeah, just kind of, like, you know, yeah, just kind of use whatever Jedi sense left trigger button to sense things I can interact with in the scene. But as soon as I sense my old apprentice, I will begin like moving directly towards them. And again, it will be the universe's responsibility to get out of my way. Sorry, the galaxy. Let's keep it to Star Wars terminology.
Do you say anything to your current apprentice, or do you just start walking?
Catch up. Right now.
You said no one was looking with any particular malice, no Trandoshans or in
no,
her
no,
atmosphere.
no one's trying to bully her out of her seat.
Okay.
Granted,
no,
she was sitting
again-
next to an obvious Jedi a minute ago, but
Yeah. Again, we're not currently doing business, so other than her not embarrassing herself, which further away I am, the more it reflects on her, not me. That's fine. So no, yeah, I clock where she is, but this suddenly does probably have all of my attention.
Okay.
Like,
is this
not
is this common? You just kind of getting up and leaving without saying anything.
oh, most certainly.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm grown a little spacier in my old age.
It's spacey.
Yeah, I don't think this is the first Rod has looked around to not find me. Yeah, real abandonment in a mall.
But is it like
Yeah, this
Nana's lost in a supermarket, or is it like?
No, this
I'm
is,
always doing something. It's a reference that maybe only Andy gets. It's real Andy's dad's.
Yeah, I was literally about to say this is 100% my dad move of just not saying anything, walk away. Where's he going?
We're in a foreign country. We cannot leave without him. I saw some steps to nowhere. I started taking them. They went nowhere.
An actual 100% true story. I told him they went to nowhere, and he still climbed them.
He had to find out for himself.
He did.
No,
Right.
big Hobbit energy.
Okay, perfect.
Yep.
The two of you start to meet. Jay, your character is currently indeed in some sort of storage crate, but there is like a little kind of visibility window, more so that people can kind of turn it on. It's like a screen to look to see what you're looking like, but you can likewise use it to see out. And though you're in low power mode, you are sort of observant of what is happening. Would you like to describe your character?
So, character is, obviously a vulture droid. We haven't kept that a secret, but unlike most vulture droids where the design is very curved and it's made up of just like round edges, it's very angular. Almost looks like an old sort of stealth bomber where it had the weird angles, all of it. Same matte black to it. And instead of the two red eyes on the front end of most vulture droids, there's just one visor going along the side of the head that has a single red dot in it that she sees from, and that moves around the visor depending upon where she's looking.
Okay, perfect. So you can see you were in ostensibly a private hangar, complete with its own set of rooms and offices. It is functionally the size of some smaller spacecrafts, starships. Like it if you just kind of took this chunk, it would be big enough to be considered its own cruiser. And outside you can see, attended by a small squad of battle droids, is your creator, Dom Tritor, who is a member of the Techno Union. So they're those guys who have like the weird kind of iron lung over their face and usually goggles, and they look like Gumby sort of, and they all have weird voice modulation. Fucking love them. And he seems to be barking orders, and he keeps adjusting, and his voice just kind of modulates as he does. But he certainly seems well equipped for whatever he is doing. He's got, like I said, a right here, a small group of battle droids. And if we were to pan over slightly, in a crate next to you that is lower, there is a rack of droidicas. You cannot move or anything, but you are observant. Is there anything in particular you would like to look for? You're a baby, ostensibly. You've just been activated. So, is there anything you're thinking or looking for?
No, not really. It's just kind of just like eyes everywhere, taking as much information, just see what is around me.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. There is a hangar bay at the other end. It's magnetized, closed right now, but so you could, if you got out, you could just fly into space. And then occasionally a battle droid lieutenant like comes over and Roger, kind of pokes a couple things at you, make sure you're okay. And
I got it.
thank you. There's a bot in chat. Speaking of,
Oh.
thank you very much. And thank you for flagging it, Jay. We only like good kinds of robots on this stream.
Vulture droids and protocol droids.
Yeah, and indeed, a silver protocol droid kind of comes in with a like a tray of drinks, to which it's being served to basically everyone here is a droid. But it's kind of like a service of it's a perk of renting one of these things. Okay.
Here's our drink tray. It is a formality. Feel free to ignore it.
Just shimmying across the screen to no one. Wipe. Back up a couple decks. Kaya and Vytoth, you are making your way toward each other, and you can both sense that you are converging.
Okay. We don't need to separate. Yes. I broadcast like warmth, like I broadcast like, and a bit of curiosity, depending on how crunchy we can get with. I'm vibing out in the Force to my apprentice until we can actually put eyes on each other. Just
Okay.
kind of.
I'll respond with like energy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And by the, I speak the verbal components of Togruti, and using the Force, I can sort of mimic some of the Leku movements. It's not great though. It's a real bad accent, if we're being honest. But I was thinking about that in the shower the other day. So.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. So both of you are kind of reaching out with the Force. Since it's vague and you're not trying to communicate or anything like that, it just happens.
Yeah. And then find my apprentice, or former, certainly. They've been their own man for a while. Vytoth?
Master Kaya.
Good. Fantastic to see you.
You're looking well.
Oh. Thank you. Almost certainly not true.
And who is this?
Ross over there is my Padawan.
I like to think that Ross has gone off to find like the buffet.
Sure, yeah.
It's like just shouting at her master, like, "Look what they got!"
Freeze!
Spring rolls.
It's just a whole roll of food here, and you can just take it?
I'm fairly certain Master Yoda has played a joke on me. She has so much energy, it's tiring to even watch her. But
she's wonderful.
yes, she has an active mind and a curiosity that will serve her well. Not unlike someone I knew. What have you? Why are? I have so many questions. Which is which is the least improprietous?
You will see that I have faculties, which I didn't have before.
Yes.
So
No, and there's probably actually just straight up like motherly, like, let me look at you, touching,
okay.
and yeah,
Sure.
like, you know, just kind of, because yeah, you are a man now, whereas last time I saw you, you were an adult.
I was a man child before.
Yes,
now,
yes.
now I'm a man, less of a man child.
Yeah.
Yes, I've undergone the rite of passage, traditional to my people. I did it my way, and left the beast alive.
Kind of smile knowingly at that.
So yes, I'm traveling. I think the great casualty of my upbringing was lack of involvement with my homeland and my peoples. My first order of business was to rectify that by returning to Shalai and now traveling to Kiros.
Ah, yes. Taking in the vistas?
Yes, immersing myself in the culture more than anything else. Fellowship. Another, well, a casualty of change, moving away from what you know.
Hold on, you're dropping in and out a bit.
Yeah, sorry, you just cut out.
Sorry.
Timothy.
I'm immersing myself in, I don't know, new things. Trying to connect.
Is my apprentice telling me the truth?
You say that out loud?
No, but I think my face does. What is the West End Games insight check?
Let's see. Well, you could use the force if you wanted.
It is what I'm doing.
If you want to use the force, hold on. Let's see.
My mind is completely open to.
Yeah. I'm wondering if you're chasing skirts or anything. I don't know.
Skirts?
Chasing Leku out here on the.
No, I haven't. Not since. No. Not since Coruscant. I haven't.
Yeah, you're not in the order anymore, so you're free to. Like Marlowe Thomas, you're free to be you and me.
Rosie Greer too.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay to cry.
Oh, listen to the shit out of that album.
That's right, man. That's right. Yes.
Do we have a?
Yeah, no,
He's
sorry.
checking.
I swear there was one, and I just can't find it for some reason.
Is it? You mean the normal non-force skill would be what? Just...
Oh, I was looking at the force.
Certainly some version of sense.
Oh,
but,
yeah, that's what I would think too.
Yeah, but
if you're open booking, I have 7 dice to roll. I can't
but because projective telepathy, I was trying to find receptive telepathy, but I can't for some reason.
So
there it is. It's just a sense power. Yeah, sorry, just sense.
And am I able to? Am I aware of your probing?
I think.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Well, just this is not the first I've checked your tail twitches for lies, and this is maybe not the first if you've tried to lie to me that you've tried to lie to me. So I think we just both know what we're doing right now.
Okay. Sure.
But yeah, it's very average. My heart's not in it. That's 10, 16, 18. But yeah, just is there any other reason you're going to Kiros, or is it as you say?
I'm more troubled and searching than I'm letting on.
Okay.
But ostensibly, yes, it's the truth. I'm looking to connect with people because I'm looking to connect, period. I feel connected to the Force, and I feel like trouble with people. So I'm trying to engage with people in a healthy way.
Okay.
Like, where on the scale of, like, emotion and attachment are you?
Not not very attached. I'm feeling like maybe the downside of detached and questioning that. Like, I'm trying to recalibrate, I think, since my time on Coruscant and then leave and that whole going home. I'm like, home wasn't enough, so now I'm going to Kuros to check this to see if it's a bit of a traveling cure in a way. I'm trying to work some shit out internally, and that's really what I'm doing. If that, I don't know if I'm answering too much or too little or what, but that's what's going on.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but I'm very happy to see you, and I'm happy to, like, I'm in a state of positive energy.
Mm-hmm.
But if you do a deep dive, that's what's underneath it all.
Yeah, something's troubling my student, but I won't press yet. Well, come meet my Padawan. I think that should be quite delightful, and
I would be delighted.
Honestly, I might even could use a hand.
I'd be happy to.
And I'll kind of like lead and be like, please, present well for me. I think any praises you could sing for me would be perfect.
I laugh.
And yes, I will go over to the buffet apparently, but if you need to wipe to someone else real quick, we can get to that in a moment.
Another wipe that could have been a pan over to Ross. What are you getting at the buffet?
It's a wipe. It's the same shot. It's just Ross in the background.
It's a wipe zoom.
No, it's a wipe to literally the same shot.
Yeah.
This was the
someone was paid by the wipe. Yeah.
It's a weird choice.
The assistant director has unknowingly shot the same scene twice.
It's perfect. It's the same.
But look, note for note.
Shot for shot. Why? I have been sitting. What are you getting at that buffet? Because I need to know. Like, legit.
I mean, what do they got? Spring rolls are one.
Spring rolls. Yeah, like I'm. Are you waiting for like whatever the crustacean of choice is that they only bring out 2 of, and everyone has to fight over? Or are you like, no, that's a sucker's game. They never give you enough. I'm gonna load up on everything else. Like there's rice and kind of there's steamed vegetables and.
Yeah, I do think Roz is a vegetarian.
Okay.
So all move vegetarian options.
Okay, yeah, and this is a pretty decent selection, since they have to cater to so many parts of the galaxy. And bunch of vegetables, bunch of ricey dishes, spring rolls. Always load up on spring rolls. I am with you on that. That weird buffet pizza that you think was somehow boiled. Like, it's never quite... It's always rubbery and weird.
Pizza.
Like, it's steamed or something. They don't cook it right.
The chefs are quarantined.
It's like microwave, probably.
Yes.
It was real pizza once, but then it spent like 3 years under the heat lamp, so now it's just kind of weird and sweaty.
Yeah. There's an ice cream machine, though, So everything's a plus after that. But yeah, so you were loading up your plate. This maybe is your second or third run, even.
I do think Roz squirreled away some spring rolls like into her robe.
See, that's smart. Spring rolls in one, sauce in the other.
And not in packets, just sauce.
No, just sauce. Pocket sauce.
Pocket sauce.
And you are still a Padawan, so your senses are not terribly attuned yet, but you are kind of usually attuned to where your master is. And as she approaches, you sense both her and a new presence, but definitely in the Force. Like you've been taught to sense other Jedi. And they're not terribly far away by the time you can sense them, and they are approaching you.
To me, my Padawan.
I think. Okay, Roz would like quickly like finish, whatever dish she has, and then quickly put more things into her pockets, and then run to her master.
Okay. It's free.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait to be introduced, I guess.
Yes. Padawan. Ros Lek. This is Vytoth. Rix.
Roz will like wipe her hands on her, robes and on her pants and hold out her hand. Lovely to meet you.
I'm happy to meet you, Padawan. And I take your hand. Just sort of, I guess, would it be, I smile, I smize, and I smind. Yes, I smile with my eyes, and I smile with my mind. So,
Mouth smile and the brain smile.
right, exactly. In greeting. And I guess I sort of take stock of you. As far as Jedi training, as far as your dynamic with Kaya, and just overall, like, checking you out. You're sort of the first thing I've seen of the Order, really, as I knew it more. I mean, more deeply, because I was a Padawan longer than I was a knight. So, it's interesting for me. How's the food?
Oh, that's quite wonderful.
Yes. I haven't tried it yet myself.
Padawan. Vytoth here is my first Padawan, actually.
Oh, you're the one that left.
I did.
I'm calling it now. I love Roz.
I did leave, yes.
Someone around you
Did.
isn't a Jedi, and they somehow sense it, like, ooh, drop their plate. Awkward.
A bunch of lightsabers striping across plates.
Good way to have fewer plates.
Sorry, Vytoth, you were saying.
I did leave, yes. And here I am. The Force moves in mysterious ways.
That it does.
And
It's good that you left.
Thank you for saying that. Why?
Yes, why did you say that?
I must admit, I'm curious as to why you.
Well, if you left, that means you probably were not happy in the order. And if you need to find your happiness somewhere else, you should.
Yes.
I don't know how I feel about this. Kaya shall remember this.
I dare say.
What she'll remember, we don't know.
This.
First impressions are very important, and I must say you're making quite a first impression.
Oh,
Yes,
that's good. I'm
quite.
so glad.
I must say I appreciate your respect. Thank you.
Well, it won't do for me to lose 2 students to the galaxy in a row, I don't think.
Well, now
Chance to give me another.
was I truly your first Padawan?
Yes.
Oh, I don't know why I didn't know that.
Well, before that, I kind of refused as long as I could, but that's more a you story than a Ros story, so we'll cut that one off there. Though I do have several more questions about what you've been up to and why.
Well,
However, no
I'm-
harm.
No. What is, if I may ask, what is your business? I'm curious.
Yes, perhaps we should find somewhere slightly more still, even by the refreshments over there, I think. Because I might have use of you. Of course, I can no longer compel or obligate you to it, but as your master, I would appreciate any help you could bring to bear.
Well, as your former apprentice, you certainly my time.
All right. Well, let's start there. Ros, leave some for everyone else. And keep your senses open. There are plenty of inscrutable types around here.
You got it.
If you're looking to make yourself useful, I say in a somewhat loaded tone. Our host, Booster Tarek, is right over there. Somewhat. Is he making a spectacle of himself? Like, well, of course it's my boat, or is he just collecting that kind of energy? Like, what's Booster's vibe?
Yeah, it's a little more the former. It's a little more like, hey, everybody, come on down.
Is he at all
Booster's
like
here.
Is he at all like Booster Gold?
In that
'Cause
he
I
is
can't
totally
shake
full of himself, yes.
Yeah, I had him somewhere between Booster and Max Ward.
But he's
Yeah,
not
I
he's
get
not a
that.
pretty boy at all. Like, he's kind of got disheveled gray hair, big thick gray beard. He's missing about half his face replaced with cybernetics. His left eye and kind of his forehead. He's got, some giant intimidating, like, much like Val's robot eye, like big red robot eye.
Get you that good Gladys energy going.
And he's kind of he's dressed Han Solo. You'd say pants, vest.
Corellian.
Definitely
stripe.
Corellian. Like, he's got the Corellian stripe, the big pirate boots, exactly.
Why don't you go compliment him on the buffet and try and ingratiate ourselves too? Yes?
Not a problem. Yeah, I can do that, Master. No problem.
Okay.
Very good.
I see this ending well. In so many words, I've got a good feeling about that.
Yes. Drink.
Yes.
Venetian wipe.
Yes.
Damn it, Andrew, I was taking a drink.
That's a great name for a band too, Venetian
That
White.
is a pretty good band name.
Marsha
was gonna say,
Lucas
what's
is
a good band
on
name?
her
Damn it,
shit
Andrew?
right
Damn it, Andrew.
Damn it,
as
Andrew.
now.
well.
Andrew.
Venetian White with their first album, Damn It, Andrew.
Damn it, Andrew. Yeah, that's how it goes. Definitely.
Well, we cut back to you, Azuli. There has been... Can I get a force sense check from you, please?
Sure. So I just get the one.
You just get
dice.
one. Yeah, you are no... You have not trained much in these Jedi arts.
Alrighty. Ooh, that's a big fat one.
Okay, yeah. I'm sorry. We should also be rolling... well, no, that wouldn't help. I forgot we are using wild die, but it hasn't been important yet. That means something bad happens to you, actually. So...
Yeah, let's not use that.
You roll a 1 just to check out the...
just...
Your head explodes.
No, you are not accustomed to doing this sort of thing. It's
Very noisy.
It's very noisy, and you're a lot more internally focused. It's a lot of this. You were never, and no, you're not particularly witchy for a Dathomiri. You are not of that ilk. So, but even so, you see, surveying the room, you can see this booster fellow that you take must be some person of importance, simply by the way they are attending to themselves. And but other than that, pretty much since you told the Trandoshan to pike off, no one has bothered you, like, at all. Like, if anything, people got up and left. I've just done my coffee.
I prefer it.
Or done my calf, and it's still clearly full. So what would you like to do or be doing? So you are looking for work as a mercenary. You were told that perhaps on Kyros, they don't have any warriors of their own. You might be able to ply your services as a warrior. But also on this ship, there are plenty of people with creds who would pay for actual above board, like, legit mercenary work, not necessarily criminal activities or bounty hunting, if you would ever to stoop so low.
Am I within the sight of the buffet table?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Do I see obvious Jedi hanging out at the buffet table?
Yeah, so a couple things about the buffet table. One, somebody just brought out fresh crustaceans, so those are going to go fast.
Keep on.
Arthropod.
Yeah. And you're from Dathomir, so it's nothing compared to any of the horrifying things you have had to eat. But no, there is an obvious Jedi talking to two other individuals, one of whom seems to, you don't know a bunch about Jedi, but one of them seems to be very attentive, and then one seems to be more interested, and they're a Togruta, so maybe they're from the planet you're going to, kind of thing. That's unclear from here. But one of them is something you've never seen before. It's a little red leprechaun.
And it's taking all the spring rolls?
Yeah, get him quick.
Oh, they're gone.
That tray is empty.
I guess I would assume that maybe they were trying to get work down on the planet too, or there, and that's why they're conversing with the Torguda. So maybe I would try and go to the captain and see if I can't find work through them somehow. Kind of like the Jedi are blowing up that spot, so
Yes.
I'll go.
Okay, weird. Also, yeah, you don't know a bunch about Jedi. You don't know what they do and don't frown upon. Or what's a lightsaberable offense.
Clearly not stealing all the spring rolls.
It's the Jedi way.
Yeah, is that perceived as like cops showing up and getting free donuts and stuff? Like,
It's a buffet.
yeah, but you're taking everything.
We do not have buffet on Dathomir. I don't know what to tell you.
No, it's very much eat or be eaten on Dathomir.
Your Honor, I maintain she has not eaten all she could yet. Take some more spring rolls.
Nice.
Perfect. So you stand up and head over to this kind of boisterous individual. As I said, kind of messy gray hair. A lot of it, though. It's kind of very swoopy, big, bushy gray beard, cybernetic half a face, the left half of their face, kind of forehead down to cheek. Wearing a blue shirt, red vest, and then gray pants with a red stripe down them. And yet kind of greets people. You tower above a lot of the people, so he's like, hey, you're a tall one. Welcome to the errant venture.
The pleasure is all mine. Are you the booster I've heard so much about?
Booster Tarek, a pleasure. And he puts his hand out to shake.
I'll give him a big hearty shake.
I like it, yeah. What can I help you? What can I do you for? He's going to. Oh wait. Looks at you and tries to place like where you might be from, and he just takes a wild guess. He's like, Hapes cluster? Hapes?
Dathomir.
Dathomir. You know, people left Dathomir.
Not many. I'm one of the few.
Oh, okay. What brings you to the errant venture?
I am looking for work if there is any to be had on this ship or on our destination or both.
Plenty of work to be had on the ship. Kyros. Yeah, you could call it work. Some might call it charity, though. They're not going to be able to pay you a bunch for kind of looking at your very unique weaponry adorning you for your specialized services.
That is a disappointment, but maybe it can be made up by the work I could do on this ship.
Plenty of work on this ship. How kind of looking at you and assessing, you're from Dathomir. It says, how do you feel about the Republic?
The Republic is fine, I suppose.
Just fine, though? Would you have a problem working outside the Republic? The Hutt clans, the Separatists?
If it's going to bring trouble to me or my people, then I do not like it.
No trouble. No, not if you're discreet.
And you see, I'm not a very discreet lady. I don't know if you noticed by my size, but I don't really do discreet.
Hey, if there are no witnesses, that's a form of discretion, isn't it?
I might think yes.
He says, there is a hut on board. Kind of point over that way. He says, Jay, you said you wrote down all the names, right? I think there was Gazoo.
I think up next, we still need to use Mac and Guffin. We have Gazoo Gorman. There's Martha. And those are the ones that we have on deck right now.
Okay. I have plans for Mac and Guffin. So
okay.
So we're gonna go with
Martha
Martha.
the Hutt, then?
It's Martha the Hutt.
Martha the Hut.
He points to one corner of the ship and he says, Martha the Hut, if you're okay with working for the Huts. Down a flight is a man named Dome Tritor. If you're okay working with separatists. There is... kind of leans a little closer. And at this point you are approaching Ros. And he kind of lowers his voice a little bit and he says, just so you know, there is a Jedi on board.
Yes.
Hello there.
I did.
Hey, kid! How you doing? Kind of eye gets real big.
This
Oh, I'm
this
sorry.
one.
It's
I think you have mistaken the little one for a Jedi. That's,
Oh, well, first of all, fun fact of the galaxy, just so you know this, if you ask someone if they're a Jedi, they have to tell you if they're a Jedi.
Just like paladins.
Yep.
Yep.
And he says, no, I mean, you obviously, you can say whatever you want, but I'm pretty sure you're a Jedi, right, kid?
Yep. That's me. Well, technically I'm a Padawan. I'm not really a real Jedi yet.
All Jedi to me. Carte blanche, Jedi. You have a lightsaber, you're a Jedi. So he says that Jedi, not that there's anything wrong with the Jedi.
would there any be thing wrong with a Jedi?
Oh, no. Always supported the Jedi. No, always supported the Jedi, I did. Friends of Corellia.
How about you, little one? Are you half Jedi, quarter Jedi?
I don't think you can ask that question.
That's a real HR problem, though.
Yeah. File a complaint with Master Yoda. No, this is no good.
Complaint you must file.
So sorry. Azuli asks Ros that question.
Oh, I'm a Padawan, which means I'm not technically a Jedi. I'm still learning to be a Jedi. I will
So you
eventually
are
take my
with the
trials.
one that is a Jedi, though.
Yes.
Do you have work for me?
I'm not entirely sure. What do you do?
What don't I do? If you need some protection, if you need some fighting power, I am here. If you need some heavy objects lifted, I can assist in that also.
Gonna say, the list of things Azuli does not do. 1. Be subtle.
You need something lifted off a tall shelf. Can also do that. It's a crossover.
I am a woman of many strengths, and not
Oh.
just the strengths you see before you.
Do you have a business card?
No.
We're coming from Coruscant. It's absolutely an apropos question.
Oh, that hit me real good.
Already
Just
preemptively took
imagine-
out like your business card holder. No? Okay. Not gonna get anywhere.
I'm imagining what a Star Wars business card would look like.
Oh, it's holographic.
But is it a little rectangle or is it like?
Oh, it's a triangle, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
I like that.
Feels like it's probably a triangle.
I'm sure they're terribly clunky. They're holocrons. It's a big cube. You gotta hit a button and then it just has. It's terrible. It's a terrible system.
Do you mean McClunky?
Oh,
I did
language.
mean McClunky.
Easy.
Did you just... Austin, did you just...
I speak Huttese. It's on my sheet.
Is that Huttese?
It is. No one knows what it means, though.
Because no one has lived long enough
Yeah, no.
to explain it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a samurai sword. If you pull it out of the sheath, you're using it. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Azuli does not have a business card, Ross. How does that make you feel?
So you're
Are you,
feeling
are
in
you
this
ready
moment.
with yours, Roz? Are you like ready to swap cards?
Yeah, like Raj just like puts away a little card and is like, "No, okay, I'm
I
all
mean,
made
I
up."
can-
But
I could take yours, but
oh, yeah,
okay, this makes you happy. I will
Just
take it.
Roslyn.
Or
Jedi Apprentice.
Parties.
And just because I think it's a fun prompt, does Raz sense anything from Azuli?
Give me
oh, do I?
a force sense check, please, Roz. So roll a
Force
d6. If you get a 6, you get to roll it again.
Exploding dice.
Kabam.
I got a 4.
A 4? Okay, you are very close to this person. This person is not very adept at hiding what they are doing. Are you attempting to conceal in any way that you know magic, Azuli?
do I look like I conceal anything? No.
The person in front of you, even with a 4, you don't know what it is for sure, but you can sense they have the Force. It's just not. It's nothing like you've ever sensed from a Jedi before. You don't know if this is one of the Sith you've been told about or what, but this is not a Jedi.
Since there aren't high Sith alert right now,
One has been seen in the last 10 years. So
right?
we're on
Isn't a Jedi master
orange level or
dead
something.
because
Your
of a Sith?
your master has gone on many a rant.
You could bring your master a Sith.
Just
She'd be
think how
really
much
impressed with that.
unlimited spring rolls for at least 2 years if you pull this off.
I would say you know it's a Sith because you
Yeah,
don't
to be
know,
fair, she's
you
not
don't
giving
know a
up
lot
big-
about anything. Or you don't know a lot about the Sith because nobody knows a lot about the Sith.
But you don't know it's not.
But
a
you don't
Sith.
know it's not, and it's not a. She's not a Jedi.
Not a Jedi. She's nice, tall.
Very tall.
She's been friendly so far. I mean, you'd think, and she doesn't have a lightsaber on her person.
Yeah. I think.
But she also doesn't have a business card. The fuck.
Total Sith move. Jedi have to tell you who they are and produce a business card. Sith maybe don't.
I think Roz, who's had her hands on her hips this whole time, just kind of leans back a little bit just so she can see, like, just take in Azuli and try to, like, I guess, force ping Master Kaya. Like, it's just like you just get back, like, a question mark, like, something's up. And then she will say to Azuli, "Oh, it's okay if you don't have business cards if you're just starting out. I used to not have business cards, but then I got a good deal from one of my friends."
You
And yeah.
seem to hold quite importance to this thing.
It tells
you
people
not-
who you are.
Do you not just speak the words and tell these people who you are?
Yeah, but what if they forget about you?
Oh, people do not forget about me.
Okay. Can I get a control then sense check from you, Roz? And
control?
It's so you. I think you have 1D in both of them.
Yeah.
So let's see.
Oh.
We were told this might happen.
Nope.
Crap.
So anyway, well, whenever Sue comes back, hi.
I
Here.
felt
So-
this disturbance in the.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So what was your control check, Roz?
So for control, I got another 4,
Okay.
and for a sense check, I got a 2.
Okay. So you reach out. It's not quite as projected as you want it to be, and a bunch of people around you, Kaya, kind of look up like, "What the hell was that?" Just, and they kind of look at the Jedi like, "What Jedi business is this?"
Return to your drink.
Your drink. Just drink like a fish.
Jedi business.
Jedi
return to your
business,
drink.
move along. I don't want to
Yeah.
get an arm cut off.
Oh yeah, are we gonna lose a limb every episode? Is that gonna happen?
Someone will.
It's the biggest flaw of the sequel trilogy. Nobody loses a limb.
No
For real.
problem.
Okay. Kaya, what do you do?
I go over to what would be, like the bar area. I'd lead Vytoth over there. Both to genuinely catch up, but also I am here on business, which there's no way I'm getting away with pretending I'm not for very long anyway. The river does flow both ways, which isn't how rivers work, and I could have chosen a better metaphor, but I didn't. But yes, just kind of approaching the bar and again, just kind of like, again, I kind of keep trying to age down the face and file down the horns, and yet they're still very much there. The man I watched grow up, but as we get there, and I kind of pretend like we're here normally, even though I am straight dressed like a Jedi.
Your wizard hat and robes, right?
yes. I arrive precisely when I mean to. Well, Vytoth, it will be a long enough journey. How long of a journey will it be, Andrew, to get to Kiros?
Star Wars travel, not very long.
Right. The speed of plot, then.
Yep.
But yes, I think we have catching up to do. Anyway, I'm terribly curious about how you've been. But in the meantime, and I'll kind of say this more to the surface of the bar, of course we are here, my Padawan and I, on more official business. Did you... And I'll actually study my student's face as I say this, but are you familiar with the Raxus address?
I know what it is as a player,
Right.
but I'm wondering if I.
It's to which I will. I think there's an easy. Would you have been kind of insularly focused on your homeworld, or would you have been trying to sort of pay attention to galactic politics still? Like
Probably more option A.
Yeah.
Like connecting with community and people and the environment and stuff, but yeah, not really paying attention to news.
Yeah, and Sheely is not joined. It is in the Republic. Like, it's not.
Right.
There's no threat of it leaving. So even people just talking, it wouldn't have come up very naturally if you're not kind of paying attention to galactic politics. So yeah, I think it's fair that he would not know what it is.
Okay. No, I'm sorry. What is the Raxus address?
All right, so we can skip any dice rolling because you've already said you're being quite open, and I trust you. So, but the fact that a former Jedi denounced the Jedi on his way out, as he also recommended half the galaxy separate, But yeah, once I feel confirmed that Vytoth is speaking true on that. All right. Well, yes, a former Jedi. Do you remember Dooku?
I do. I do just what I did. I laugh.
Yeah.
I do. Yes.
I understand in Togruti it means something
Mental
different.
high five, Jay.
Yeah.
Yes.
I understand in Togruti that means something different. But yes, well, he has sought to inspire whole systems to leave the Republic. And seems to have the backing of quite a few powerful entities, one of which being the Techno Union. And I am here to investigate why a particular high-ranking member of the Techno Union would be interested in going to our destination. And that would be Appropriations Chief Dom Tritor. Dome Tritor.
Is this a name that I'm familiar with?
If you were not paying attention to galactic politics, definitely not. Like,
Okay.
you may have maybe have heard of the Techno Union, but he's some like high level functionary, but he's he's the equivalent of knowing like the undersecretary of the Navy or something like that. Like,
Okay, right. Unless I've had reason to notice, I wouldn't notice.
right.
I'm so I nod. I'm listening. Yes, taking in information.
And my understanding is, of course, that they are on board. I've already sensed their presence. But, of course, quite intentionally, I cut a figure. But where all eyes are on the Jedi, all eyes are not on the Jedi's former students. Should you be willing? And I must insist, Vytoth. I meant it when I said it. I cannot compel you. I cannot command you. And I will not. If any part of this makes you uncomfortable, former master or no, you may simply tell me, no, you are a man now. And I want to make sure that that's clear.
I thank you. I must agree with your proposal. There are no accidents, and this has been placed in front of me, and I feel that I must accept.
Well, then, again, I will make sure that eyes are on me, and I can almost guarantee you eyes will be on Ros. But a Togruta going to Kiros, I imagine not so many.
Yeah, there must be many more on the ship, Andy, is that right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, certainly. Yes. What, so, would you have me do?
And kind of under the bar, I will flash the hologram of Dome, enough to be recognized as some...
Uh-huh. So I get it.
Yeah, just kind of a low-tech, like pre-tech Darth Vader chest plate, bunch of knobs that he's got to twist to make himself talk.
Okay.
But yeah, just kind of flash that real quick.
Yeah,
and
he is not hard to miss.
And then kind of almost immediately hide it. Yes, almost certainly. I've sensed them below us. So probably in the hangars, perhaps anywhere you'd see battle droids, you would see the Techno Union or the Separatists, as they've started calling themselves. And so, if you could accidentally find your way into places you shouldn't be, something I seem to remember you were quite good at, then all's the better.
As you are talking about this,
Mm-hmm.
there is a bit of a hush falling over the bar as you can hear the telltale sign of droids moving in unison. As Dom Tritor walks past the bar, making some show of force by walking with a small squad of battle droids, like just openly.
Okay. Like just the Roger Clankers or the full-on...
No, Roger Clankers. Yeah, it's not like
Yeah, yeah.
It's not droidicas or anything like that.
It's just making me feel like Casablanca or something.
It's an uncomfortable show of force, and everyone you both certainly feel everyone around you tense.
Let's all get up and sing our national anthems as loudly as we can.
Exactly.
Oh, Coruscant.
All right. Well, I'm an older woman. I am, and an older Jedi at that. I am quite practiced at not responding, but my eyebrows will go up as like, if you know what I mean, like as if on cue.
Right. Great. So, do I have any sense of direction from and direction to, like as far as their and the ship?
Yeah. So they have just left the turbo lifts. So if your former master is correct, they were probably down one level.
Okay.
And they seem to be headed to. They seem to be headed into the market. Like they're going past like where Booster is, and Booster's you can kind of see him in the distance, and Azuli and Ros, he's kind of like, cool, dude, blowing up my spot. Like, great, this is great.
Mm-hmm. Clearly transporting separatists at this point.
And battle droids, like there's a fairly loosely applied rule of like no blasters, but everyone has a blaster on them. It's just don't shoot anybody. Like, come on. Like,
is there any peace binding or anything? Like any? No,
Nice,
nope. Honor system.
Yeah, this is honor system. Yeah.
Perfect.
It's not like Renfrew.
No, yeah, there's no like tennis balls on anything or nothing.
Yeah. All right.
So, is there tennis? Is really the question. All right, so I'm going to nod to Kaya and say, I go. And I'm going to head to the turbo.
Okay,
all right.
perfect.
I will stop. Stop you before you go.
Uh-huh.
Take Ros. She's wonderful with machines. And I'll let you go as if
Sure.
I tried to slip you my room key and you didn't take it.
Okay.
Which a subterfuge that will not last very long. It's like, aren't you a Jedi? It's like, shut up.
They don't have to love. Doesn't mean they're celibate.
That's right.
There's no love in them.
That's rare.
There's
It's
no-
all heart.
That's right.
It's heartless, mechanic.
That's right.
Anyway.
There's no law
I'm
against
here for
hoping.
a good time, not a long time.
Yeah, the creed of the Jedi.
Amazing. Yes.
Uh,
Force tricks. You have no idea, people.
Vytoth, you head towards Ros.
I do.
She is standing with a very tall woman. Can I get an alien cultures check from you, please?
Sure. Do I get a bonus die or no? I don't.
No, that is only for
Okay.
force abilities.
Okay, cool. Not bad. Maybe bad. 10.
10? Okay, let me just check the scale real fast. Knowledge. Okay. You do not recognize her ilk. Like, that's...
Okay.
And that's... You're a fairly traveled cosmopolitan person. So that in and of itself is like, well, but you also didn't recognize Ros, and Ros is like just a really, so you're like, well, two unique aliens, both humanoid but aliens. Unless she's from some culture where they like dye their skin and kind of, because she has a bunch of tattoos on her face as well.
And I don't get any. So beyond the racial idea, I don't get any Dathomiri cultural.
No, because Dathomiri culture is like very secretive.
Okay, so it's even less of a tell than the race would be.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Azuli is one of the first Dathomiri to leave Dathomir in centuries. Willingly leave. Like, there's a couple other who kind of
banished.
Asajj Ventress and Darth Maul are two of them where they were taken off the planet. But very rare. It's very rare for Dathomiri to leave Dathomir.
Okay, great.
So
I don't feel so bad about not knowing.
Yeah, but the other thing is, this is the person with your sense roll from earlier. This is the person who is giving off sort of the weird vibe in the Force.
The alternate Force vibe, right? Okay, and
with
I have no experience with a Sith, but I don't think it's a Sith.
You don't, with your role from earlier, you do not believe it is a Sith. You do not believe they harness the dark side. They just use the Force in a way that is unfamiliar to Jedi.
Right. I know that on Shalai there are Force users who are not Jedi. So, is it like that, or is it?
If they're like shamans, it would be more like that than Jedi. It's more akin to magic than the Force. I mean, it's still the Force, but it's magic.
Right. So it's about approach, right?
Yes.
Cool. I beg your pardon. Will you accompany me, Ros?
Oh, okay. I was talking to my friend Lazuli here, but I can come with you.
Hello.
Hello.
I am Vytoth Rix.
I am Azuli.
Where are you from?
I think maybe you have not heard of where I'm from. I am from Dathomir.
I think you are right. Now I have. Dathomir. I am from Shalai myself, though I did spend some time on Coruscant for a long time. I must take your friend here along with me. I don't know if.
Are you needing some assistance in some way?
I'm certain. I'll be right back. And I'm gonna double back to Kaya. So there's a bit of a wrinkle. There's another Force user speaking with your Padawan, and something is telling me to bring her with us. What's your feel on this?
And I did sense there was kind of like a ping at the end of the spider web earlier, right? I got like a 28 or some ridiculous number or something. So, for now, the fewer the better. But allow me to get up and introduce myself, and I will.
Thank you.
Yes.
So I'll come back. Yes. Your pardon. This is Jedi Master Kaya Kadath.
Yes, and you are?
I am Azuli of Dathomir.
Dathomir?
That's what I said.
Ros and Vytoth, I believe you had something to attend.
Yes, I'm sorry. Beg your pardon.
No, of course. Certainly, and again, I'm an old-ass woman and well-traveled. What, if anything, do I know of Dathomir, or what role would you care for? To know anything.
What alien cultures, or
Yeah.
The planetary knowledge? One of those knowledge ones.
All right, now it says I have 3D plus 2 base. Is that roll 3 dice and then add 2 to it, or
Yes.
add 2 more dice to it?
No,
Yeah,
add
I had to
literally
assume
the number
that,
2. Yeah.
Right. All right. 15.
Okay, 15. You're getting a little closer. Let's see.
Yeah, it's a little off the major pathways, but also know I've asked as many fucking questions about that Sith Lord or that Sith, but then that might have just turned back Zabrak. So
Yeah.
I don't know that was conclusive, but
I don't think it is, because I think they learn where he's from after Savage shows up.
mm-hmm.
So, but with the 15, with Dathomir, you know very broadly about Dathomir. It's a planet of seeped in the Force, but they don't really ascribe to Jedi or Sith beliefs. And nobody leaves. That's the other kind of thing you know.
Right. Okay. But I know that Force sensitives and to the ability to even wield it a little bit isn't uncommon. Right. Would you say I know that much? Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you would know. Yeah. It's not a tradition like the Jedi. They use magic, but
right. But this tracks enough that now it's kind of like that. The puzzle pieces have fit together and just kind of like yes, Azuli of Dathomir. I am Kaya Kadath. I am Jedi Master, as my former student introduced me. What takes you to Kiros?
I am looking for work mostly.
You are visibly showing weaponry. Is that?
Yes.
Mercenary in nature?
Yes. How did you guess?
Just well traveled, I suppose. Can I?
Things Azuli does not do. 1, subtlety.
Well, might I tempt you with refreshment, or to speak with me further? I might have work for you. If you do not have more pressing affairs, I understand Martha the Hutt is on board.
Why did you say that name?
Yes.
Ida Martha Nobada.
Jedi mind trick.
Weird you don't have a word for it, but
None
here
of
we
them.
are.
No 3 mind nor trick. Weird.
It's a compound noun to them, you know what I mean? Like it's
It's all hyphenated.
Yeah.
Okay.
Capitalized.
Double wipe.
Yeah, I know there's somewhere I'm aiming for us to be at the end of this episode. I hope you're aiming for something similar.
Ros and Vytoth, you take the turbo lift down, and the doors open, and you can see an extravagant looking hangar bay. Like it's where upstairs it was kind of that dingy a Ridge Tridge vibe. This is like straight up like the Nubian cruiser from Phantom Menace. Like it's beautiful and chrome and everything's white.
And it's huge.
It's huge. It's the Falcon before Han got his grubby hands on it and made it so gross. Thing was white 10 years ago.
But it got real fast.
It did get fast.
Dirt makes things go faster.
Yeah, and one of my favorite parts of that movie, he just shoots an escape pod at someone.
my god! Did this used to be milk? Why?
So you look into this expansive hangar bay, and you can see very obviously in the middle are 2 crates, and then there's a couple offices, and right in front of one of the crates is just a singular battle droid. They're crappy and inefficient.
Mm-hmm.
Roger.
Roger.
Roz immediately takes off and makes a beeline for the crates.
Okay.
You run for the crates?
Perfect.
It's more like Roz used to sneak out of the Jedi Temple a lot, so it would be like you probably most likely Vytoth went to look at Roz and be like, okay, what's our plan of action? And she's just gone. She's just like sneaking away, gonna look at the crates.
Okay.
Roz scampers. She doesn't walk.
Yeah, it's real.
Yeah.
Very.
Real
So-
life day morning situation.
But you're
you know what I
you're
mean?
moving. But you're moving with stealth.
I guess so.
Okay. Can I
In
get
that weird leprechaun way.
Can I get a stealth check?
Scampering at stealth.
It's a very subtle scamper.
Is that a sneak check or
Sneak, yes, if you have the sneak skill.
okay?
Hide sneak.
Oh,
Oh, good.
It's a great sound already.
well, 13.
13? That's way better than this battle droid's search check of a 1. So, it's a battle
Oh, what's
droid.
that? We're making search checks?
Yeah. It's a battle droid. So, you basically you walk right past it. It kind of like looks away from you.
Search to the left.
Roger,
Search
Roger.
forward.
Search
to the right.
It's like in video games, you can see its cone of vision.
God.
Very predictable. And yet you see, so in the first crate, you can see a row of droidicas. There's probably about 10 of them in this kind of rack of droidicas. And then in the one next to it is this really big looking droid I mean, it's a droid for sure, but it's looking back at you like it's awake in there, just kind of like,
Oh,
or what would you do, Jay? Val?
I mean, watching a fly across the room, so it was probably like eye jittering a little bit, and then as soon as she can see Roz, it's just like full attention, staring.
hello.
Are you speaking? You are speaking.
Yeah.
The battle droid turns and says, "Hey, wait."
Hello?
Kind of looks around. You're not supposed to be here. What's your purpose?
Can I disable the droid from a distance? Can I
Sure.
try to do that.
What would you like to do?
I would like to just make it short. Well, wait. Is that gonna... Now, do I have a sense that this thing is connected to some main terminal and, like, if it goes out, it will bring people? Or...
So battle droids are typically connected to actually, at this point, they aren't connected to the hub anymore. They learned to not do that.
Right.
So
Because
if you
of
take
how-
out one
because
battle
of
droid...
general things.
It's called the Anakin rule.
Yes. So if you take out one battle droid, they would have to like check on it before they would know it's gone.
But it would bring people if it went first
Possibly.
out.
Yeah.
Okay. But it's now onto her. So I would just like to... I'm going to take it out.
Okay.
So is that alter or...
Would you like to like force push it?
Yeah, I guess so.
That's-
I want to try to be subtle, though. I don't want to throw it across the room. Just like to...
if you just kind of give it a quick shove, it'll slam itself against the
Like 2 feet from a metal crate.
crate. Yeah. So
Okay.
it's-
I am... Yeah, okay. I'll do that.
It won't. It won't be. It'll be a little loud. I won't say it won't be quiet, but it will. It won't bring someone from like a distance. Let's see, where's telekinesis? Alter. Okay, it's just alter. So okay. So roll your alter score plus 1 extra die, and let me know what you get.
Is the extra die the wild die? Or no?
You always roll the wild die. The extra die is because you have 1 dark side point.
Oh.
Oh, we're just saying it out loud.
I was trying to not say it out loud, but I couldn't think of a good way to explain why
That's all right.
Timothy is getting special treatment. It's because he has 1 dark side point.
I see. Okay. I didn't realize it made me more powerful. I guess it does.
Not more powerful. Easier. Quicker.
Yeah. It's true.
Ooh.
23.
That gets you.
23? Oh, wow. Okay, yeah.
So I do want to say, for posterity's sake, I did roll a search check.
Mm-hmm.
47.
Okay.
Dude. So you know
I rolled 2 6s.
Okay, nice. Okay.
Oh, wow. That's great. So how does the dice mechanic work? Because I did roll a 6 as well.
So if you roll a 6 on your wild die, which...
okay, so it was...
Okay, yeah, so like, for instance, I have...
I'm designating 1 red die I have as
okay, yeah, I have
so
like a
that
couple...
didn't come up on that.
Yeah,
right.
the wild die only matter... The wild die works like a normal die unless it's a 6 or a 1. If it's a 6, you get to keep rolling just the wild die until you stop rolling 6s. So it explodes until you stop rolling 6s. So you could roll it, I mean, conceivably forever if you are lucky enough to keep getting 6s. And if you roll a 1, the rest of your score still matters, but there will be a complication from it.
Right.
So if you rolled a 1 on your wild die, for now, for instance, you would smash the droid, but it would alarm someone. Or something like that. But with that score, you very quickly, it turns to look at Ros like, wait a minute, what are you doing here? Slam, it knocks itself out. With Val, with your like 48 billion search check, so you see in front of you is this curious little being, wild red hair, searching their body. You could tell they have like multi-tools and they seem to... you notice perhaps some subtle grease or oil about their person or clothes. Like, they clearly know something about machines. And you see a Togruta, which you know has been implanted in your data banks as one of the targets for your mission.
Oh, shit.
That's sort of like buried protocol, though. Like, you just know, like, it pings in a weird way that you're like not really... Your mission hasn't been activated yet, so you don't really know what it is. But it's like, you know, this is important. Flag for later.
See this, and I understand none of it.
Yeah, you're a baby. So this is all new to you. You don't know how to process any of this. Presumably, someone would have told you how to process it, but they're not here. Ros, the droid in front of you seems to recognize and acknowledge you.
Oh. What's your name?
Name?
What do they call you? What's your serial number?
Vulture Variant 4 Light Recon.
So, V4L?
Maybe? Possibly.
Oh.
Uncertain.
Andy, sidebar. I would like to maintain the posture of the droid so it looks like it's standing up normally. In case anybody were to walk by, they would see a droid laying on the floor. Yeah. They would see it standing up. You know.
So you smashed it, and yeah, it's kind of scarecrowed, but it's in position enough. Yeah.
Just to keep that bluff going. Just because I don't want Liz to get killed right away. Fun. Anyway, go on.
I guess Ros will ask, may I come in?
Affirmative?
Okay. Ros opens the box.
Okay.
What's in the box?
So as soon as that box opens and the field of view widens, that eye just goes crazy. Like it's taking in all of these new details from the area that was behind Ros.
Ros, do you go in, or do you wait for the vulture droid to come out?
I guess I wait for her to come out. If she wants to.
What configuration was I being stored in? Was I being stored in flight mode or walking mode?
Walking mode.
Okay. So, because we were activated and we weren't quite done being activated, Val is going to try and take a step forward, but is going to do so starting with one of their back legs, trip over one of their front legs, and go falling forward over themselves.
Oh no!
Like a newborn deer.
And Slapstick is introduced to the Star Wars universe.
It was always there.
Yeah, it was always there. There was a terrible clatter
Oh yeah, it's loud.
as it's like every Michael Bay movie playing at the same time.
Oh no. Togruta alarm.
Just exhausting.
Starts happening inside myself. Oh no. Do I notice anybody noticing this crash?
Yes, but we will end there for this month.
Yeah, I want the full. There
There is a
circle wipe.
a crash, and Vytoth, you're like, well, someone heard that.
That, yeah.
There's no way they didn't. And
Did they hear it up where Kaya is?
Yes. The answer to that is yes. It sounds like there's an explosion a deck down. And then Circle Wipe, credits, executive producer, George Lucas.
So, Azuli, what's your deal?
Everyone, I bring you an interruption of a 20-foot tall droid tripping over itself.
No, we
love
have
it.
time.
I'm sure it's nothing.
I don't have anywhere I need to be.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you all so much for joining us for episode 1, Galaxy and Revolt. Outros and plugs. Timothy, you're in the top box.
Hi, I'm Timothy. Thanks for joining us on our first episode 1 of Galaxy and Revolt. I'm having a good time, and I look forward to more. Thank you.
Liz.
Hi, I'm Liz. Yeah, I'm also looking forward to more. Star Wars is a very silly, very fun place to be.
CC.
Hi, I'm CC, aka Soup, aka Soupska, on Twitter and Instagram. If you like the overlay you see before you, if you like artwork in general, you should check
Or
me
channel
out.
emotes.
You should subscribe to us so I can put more channel emotes on this channel because I got a lot of good ones. You know how many our Discord has?
A lot.
A lot.
All very good.
Oh, very, very good.
We have quite a few, and I'd love to share all of them with you, but we can only do that with your subscription to Laughing Dragon Inn here on twitch.tv/Laughing Dragon Inn.
Jay.
Hi, I'm Jay. Be kind, stay safe, wear a mask, wash your hands, Black Lives Matter.
There you go.
And Marty.
Yes, that's me. Yeah, usual stuff. Since CC so expertly handled the Twitch side, might I tell you that if you're watching the VOD on YouTube, click somewhere on the screen. Wait, not over there. It'll take you to another video. Click somewhere like right in here, preferably right under it. There's probably a bell or a thumbs up or even a thumbs down is fine. Make a comment, do a thing, interact with the screen, subscribe to our channel.
Smash
For
some
more-
button or other.
Smash a button. Just lay some disrespect down on your mouse right now.
Don't smash your computer, please.
No, that would be ill-advised.
Then you can't watch us anymore. That's a bad
We
thing.
don't have time. You'll have to watch the next video for further instructions. So to do that, do all the subscribing and bell stuff. And yeah, this was just hella fun, and I am absolutely looking forward to more of it. And yeah, Black Lives Matter, arrest the cops who killed Breonna Taylor and Elijah McClain, etc., etc. But do it though.
But please. As always, I echo everyone's statements. We have 24 soup drawn emotes on our channel. We could have them here.
Could have him here.
What's stopping us? You. Do something about it.
Wow. Yeah, coming for you.
I mean, have you sold yourself to the Overlord Warlock, the patron that is Amazon? Then you get a free sub every month. You could be giving that to us.
That's
that
right.
could be
Yeah.
going towards those emotes.
And
It is
then-
your fault.
If you do that, you get my good Ox son. Like,
Mm,
look at how good he is if you're currently on Twitch or watching the Twitch VOD.
yeah,
Gary is good.
that's tier 1.
Yep.
Sweet,
Yeah.
sweet
Look at that
ox
tier
boy.
one.
You start off at the top,
Yeah.
Yeah.
basically.
You can give them a hat. You can do other
Being able
things.
to give him a sombrero.
Yeah, you
Yep.
can give them sunglasses. I'm gonna do
Cool
that right
Gary, sombrero Gary. Cool
But you'll never
sombrero
know
Gary.
the sweet, sweet feeling of Gary in a sombrero unless you subscribe.
Bless you.
So.
Bless you.
Bless you,
Bless-
Liz.
Thank you.
Bless you.
Liz is coming down with something because you didn't subscribe.
How dare you?
But join us for our other shows as well. This week is Task Force Unlikely and Beyond the Wall on Wednesday and Sunday, respectively. That's it. Be kind. Watch Star Wars. Wear a mask. Don't be racist. And we love all of you. Bye.
And also with you.